Men's Roles in the Victorian Era by Jake De La Garza and Andrew Lakina. Who had the most rights in the Victorian era, men or women?
Men had the most rights in the Victorian era, which gave them more privileges than women.
Back then, there was a lot of stress on men who had to provide for their family because there was no one else who could help them.
Sadly, men were allowed to abuse their wives. Men were better educated in this time, which made them become the superior race or the head of households.
Men could get an education at any age, but social rank helped with getting into colleges because you had more money.
Women's roles. Women were not allowed to get educations, so most of them stayed at home. Their jobs consisted of cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the household. The biggest jobs women had were in factories, but they only made minimum wage.
Why was this time period so lenient towards men?
During this time period, there was a heavy industrial movement, which led to men having more jobs. Having so much freedom gave men too much power, which led to the crime rate going up. The Convict and the House of Corrections were the two biggest prisons in the Victorian era. Sadly, the living conditions in the prison were not very sanitary, and most prisoners died.
Factory jobs were the most well-known jobs in this era, and they paid fairly a good amount. In most cases, men were paid more than women, even if they had a worse job. Women mostly were stay-at-home moms, so they couldn't go out a lot. Having to take care of their children and their husband were their main roles. Women had no nightlife. Their jobs strictly made them stay indoors. Men could go out drinking and come home at night drunk and beat their wives with no consequence. With having the privilege to go out at night, it also meant they could get in a lot of trouble. They also had many rights that they do not have today, such as being with prostitutes and having affairs. Because men would go out drinking at night, crime rate rose.